What's the matter?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV couples with the worst chemistry.
Oh God, Tom. Why do you have to be so you all the time?
I'm sorry. It's the pants, isn't it? It's okay. I couldn't take me seriously in these things either.
Blair, wait. Look, we can figure something out.
Let go of me, you classless Klingon.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most painfully misguided pairings on some of our favorite shows. Which TV couples had you praying for the breakup scene? Sound off in the comment section. Number 10, Joey Potter and Dawson Leery, Dawson's Creek. The story of the childhood besties who grow up and fall in love is a classic. That doesn't mean it's the best path for these two characters, though.
Is that what you want?
Is that what you want? Okay, poof. Didn't happen, Dawson. See you later.
Early on, it was hard not to root for Joey's crush on Dawson. After they became a couple, though, it was increasingly difficult to root for, well, Dawson in general. His entitled and smothering behavior sent Joey running, and with good reason.
But how can it be over? We can't just say I love you for the first time and have it be over.
Oh, how we wish that had been the end of it. Alas, this couple would play a drawn-out game of will they, won't they. This only became increasingly tiresome as it became clearer that they didn't belong together, especially in contrast to Joey's superior relationship with Pacey.
Even I can see it. Pacey's this year's Paris.
Thankfully, she makes the right choice in the end. Number 9, Lane Kim and Zack Van Gerbig, Gilmore Girls. Was there any character on the show who got a worse deal than Lane? Things started to go downhill for her after her spectacular first boyfriend Dave Rogalski left for California. With the writers clearly stumped over what to do with her character, Lane was subsequently thrown into a relationship with Zack instead. Zack was fine as a friend and a bandmate, but it was mystifying to figure out what Lane could possibly see in him.
The inscrutable Zack. He's driving me crazy. I just gave him ample opportunity to address the issue, and all I talked about was his eroding gums.
Even Zack didn't get it, although that's not saying much. There had been zero attraction between these two until the second they decided to start dating. Add to this Zack's ongoing man-child antics, and the result is a frustrating couple created for the sake of convenience.
What the hell is wrong with you? You let me down tonight. You let down Gil. You let down Brian.
I don't want to hear about Brian.
Zack.
Number 8, Buffy Summers and Riley Finn, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. On paper, this couple seemed like they should have worked out great. The Slayer and a demon hunter? Match made in Hellmouth, right? Not exactly. Though Riley started off okay, he quickly turned into a jealous chore of a character.
And that's what this is really about, isn't it? You can't handle the fact that I'm stronger than you.
It's hard sometimes, yeah.
By his exit from the series, no one was the least bit sorry to see him go. Still, in the grand scheme of things, Riley wasn't really all that bad. He was just boring.
It's the pants, isn't it? It's okay. I couldn't take me seriously in these things either.
He couldn't help but suffer in comparison to Buffy's previous love interest, Angel.
Don't push me, boy.
Now, what possibly could have happened with Buffy that would make you lose your soul?
That'd be between me and her.
Ultimately, Riley was destined to be a palate cleanser between much more exciting romances. He might not deserve all the hate he gets from the fans, but we can't deny that his relationship with Buffy left us cold. Number 7, Daenerys Targaryen and Jon Snow, Game of Thrones. The latter seasons featured a lot of plotting problems, with numerous story arcs unfolding because they had been planned, not because they made sense. This pairing was a prime example. As strategic allies, Dany and Jon definitely needed one another. That much is indisputable.
If we don't put aside our enmities and band together, we will die. And then it doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
When it came to their romantic relationship, though, the series just never sold us. Both Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington had their share of steamy scenes with other partners throughout the show.
You seem to like it.
I like this song.
When they were coupled up together, something just didn't click. It was kind of like watching two people kiss their sibling. Well, not exactly like that, given Game of Thrones' track record. But we definitely felt the family bond more than the romantic one. Number 6. Rachel Berry and Sam Evans, Glee. Rachel had considered Sam in the past, it's true.
Considering that we're both single and I think your lips are cute, I was wondering if you would go to prom with me.
As in your date?
Yeah.
No.
No.
That aside, she was never serious about him. She was always dead set on Finn, and Sam was busy dating almost every other female character on the show. We guess he had to get around to Rachel eventually. When Sam moved to New York, the two started to become closer while Rachel supported Sam's modeling ambitions.
You're gonna need your strength. We are gonna have a photo shoot here and we're gonna get some modeling shots for you to show to agencies.
You really think I could be a male model?
Welcome to New York, the city where dreams come true.
We wish that friendship could have continued to strengthen rather than turning romantic. Honestly, nothing about this ever rang true. Sam was clearly not over Mercedes, and Rachel was clearly just in need of a distraction. Thankfully, this relationship fizzled out pretty quickly, and they went back to being friends.
And you're taking that wall with you. And if I'm real lucky, then I'll always be on it somewhere, wearing incredibly tight, sparkly gold shorts.
Friends who can appreciate each other's dark pasts. Number 5. Ann Perkins and Tom Haverford, Parks and Recreation. The term out of left field comes to mind whenever we think of this couple. Anne never seemed particularly impressed by Tom, but he is an acquired taste. Fair enough. However, even after they were dating, she didn't seem to even like him, let alone feel attracted to him.
Oh God, Tom. Why do you have to be so you all the time?
That's probably why she could rarely go more than a few hours without calling for a breakup. If we thought Andy was an odd match for Anne, it was nothing compared to how ill-suited she and Tom were.
You read books all the time.
Okay. How about my own no-nos for you? You make me see terrible movies and then you talk through them. You put 20-inch rims on your Volkswagen Golf, and you insist on being introduced as the brown Gosling.
There is nothing about this pairing that doesn't feel random and poorly thought out. But at least it gave April the chance to be the hero we all need.
I can't take it anymore, okay? I'm breaking you up. You guys are done.
Fine with me.
Fine.
Number 4. Rachel Green and Joey Tribbiani, Friends. We loved Joey and Rachel's dynamic. We really did. When they were just friends.
Exactly, unisex.
Maybe you need sex. I had sex a couple days ago.
No, Joey. You and I sex.
Well, I ain't gonna say no to that.
It was genuinely sweet the way he supported her during her pregnancy. But no one, and we do mean no one, was sitting around waiting for them to fall in love. When they suddenly developed a romantic attraction late in the series run, it just felt weird.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that.
We all knew who Rachel was really meant to be with after all.
Let's forget about Ross.
It's forgotten.
What's wrong?
Nothing?
Seriously, what is it?
Pairing her up with Joey just seemed like a transparent ploy to put one more obstacle between Rachel and the inevitability of Ross. It's nice that Rachel and Joey came through with their friendship intact, but it makes this bizarre pairing seem even more pointless. Number 3. Blair Waldorf and Dan Humphrey, Gossip Girl. We're not saying there wasn't a spark of something between these characters. Contempt, definitely. Grudging respect sometimes. But nothing remotely implying that they would ever have romantic feelings for each other.
Blair, wait. Look, we can figure something out.
Let go of me, you classless Klingon.
When these two paired off, it seemed wrong in every way. After years of open disdain, liking the same museums and movies just isn't enough to convince us that two people have couple potential.
It is pretty funny. Even you couldn't kill that much comedy.
I still require you to sit 2 seats away.
Works for me. Keeps your paws off my popcorn.
Plus, there's the fact that Blair only settled for Dan because she wouldn't let herself be with Chuck.
Blair, I told you I loved you, and you pretended like you didn't even hear me.
Well, Dan, let's just put all that behind us.
See, you're doing it again.
This plotline played less like an organic development and more like a stalling tactic on the relationship we all really wanted. You know it's time for a show to end when writers start using tricks like this. Number 2. Izzie Stevens and George O'Malley, Grey's Anatomy. In a show where the characters' love lives often feel like a revolving door, there are bound to be a few matches that ruffle feathers. Few Grey's Anatomy couples are as widely disliked as Izzie and George, though.
How do you know that it didn't feel so right? Because it's God's plan.
God wants you to be an adulterer.
Part of what makes this couple so contentious is the fact that they started off as truly great friends.
I need to vent, and I need it to be okay.
Okay.
And I need to vent with alcohol.
When they develop deeper feelings for each other and share a drunken hookup, the results are disastrous. The writers damaged a solid platonic relationship for the sake of a romantic one that nobody wanted. Afterwards, it was impossible to look at either character the same. Even the scenes they shared in their final episodes don't hit as sweetly as they should have.
You're a doer, remember?
You know exactly what you have to do.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Echo and Bellamy Blake, The 100. 6 years in space would not make Bellamy forget this key detail.
You do remember I almost killed your sister.
You're right. You're screwed.
Rebecca Bunch and Josh Chan, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. What did these two have in common again?
Any reason at all?
Not that I can think of. Nope, nothing.
Lisa Braeden and Dean Winchester, Supernatural. A normal life doesn't have to mean settling for a bland relationship.
But I'm pretty sure that I got worked up over nothing. It's, it happens.
Maggie Pierce and Jackson Avery, Grey's Anatomy. From beginning to end, this was just one big mess.
You left me in a car on an unfamiliar road in the woods, surrounded by fog and bears and wolves.
There were no bears. Why?
None that we could see, but I could hear them.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Jackie Burkhart and Fez, That 70s Show. Jackie was no stranger to male attention. Over the 8 seasons of That 70s Show, she enjoyed significant relationships with both Michael Kelso and Stephen Hyde. Fans may be split on which guy they preferred her with, and Jackie herself was going back and forth until the middle of the final season. So it was baffling when the writers randomly paired her with Fez at the last minute. To say this development felt forced is an understatement.
You want to be with me?
Yeah. I mean, Fez, my life has been so crappy lately that you have been the one good thing.
Fez had nurtured a crush on Jackie since the beginning, and even he didn't think the match was a good idea.
So you want me because you're lonely? Great, so that makes me what, your last resort?
No, Fez, you're wrong. It's not.
You know what, Jackie? Forget it. You already been with Kelso and Hyde. I don't want to be your slappy turds.
Sadly, he didn't hold his ground on that one. The series ended with Jackie and Fez as a couple and viewers shaking their heads.
This really shouldn't be this hard.
Look, I just wanted everybody to know how much I love you. I always have.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.